The sun hasn't quite risen yet in the world of mainstream crypto hype, but somewhere behind the scenes there's a motion stirring. Across noisy exchanges, flashing tickers, and the ever-scrolling social feeds, one player is quietly doing its homework, KASPA, at its current price, hovering in the ballpark of US $0.08 to 9 cents according to recent data. CoinGecko, +1. It's not screaming loud, it's whispering. And sometimes the whispers carry the most interesting story. You know how in the movies the underdog shows up late, looking like no one noticed, then flips the scene? That's KASPA. While the world is busy debating layer 2s, staking wars and flashy meme coins, KASPA slipped in with a quiet smile. Built on a model different from the many chains racing to be Ethereum killers. It uses a block DAG architecture via the GhostDAG protocol. KASPA, put simply, instead of forcing every block into a single long chain, it allows multiple blocks to be created in parallel and orders them smartly. That gives faster confirmations, higher throughput. That's the headline feature. On its official website, KASPA is introduced as the fastest, open source, decentralized, fully scalable layer 1 network. KASPA. Terms like fair launch show up. No pre-mining, no large allocations to insiders. This transparency becomes part of the story. The ethos of decentralization baked into the project from day one. While others were busy launching tokens with big hype and bigger allocations, KASPA said, nope, we start from scratch. Everybody gets the same shot. So what does this mean for the price at US $0.08, On one level, it's accessible. On another, it's a narrative in waiting. Because price is not just a number. It's the translation of expectation, risk, adoption, and belief. And right now, if you tune your ears, you'll hear the network footprints. Developers working, miners validating, blocks being produced at a clip. The website claims block times capable of 1 every second and vision of many more. KASPA, +1. That kind of speed isn't trivial. If adopted widely, it could change how people think about utility in crypto. But of course, the road to utility is never straight. For you to teach this, you want to highlight both the promise and the patience. There are multiple factors in play. Technology versus adoption. KASPA may have the architecture, but architecture doesn't guarantee thousands of daily users unless apps, wallets, and real-world use cases step in. Competition. The layer 1 space is crowded. Many chains claim scalability, many claim decentralization. KASPA has a unique angle, but standing out means execution, market sentiment, and macro context. The whole crypto market moves on waves of sentiment. When the tide rises, projects like KASPA can ride it. When the tide falls, even strong fundamentals feel the pull. Token price perception. At $0.09, some investors see value. Others wonder, if it's so good, why hasn't price exploded yet? That question is itself a story you can use in your lesson. When you explain this to others, you might say, here's a coin that didn't show up wearing neon lights. It came in gray hoodie, laptop underarm, saying, I'll handle the back end while you party in the front end. That kind of metaphor resonates. From the data, CoinGecko reports the price at around $0.087 with a 24-hour trading volume in tens of millions. CoinGecko. Circulating supply stands around 26.9 billion KS with a max supply 28.7 billion. KASPA, +1. These numbers help you frame. This is not a tiny random token. It has real scale, but also means that for a big price leap, adoption and usage must scale too. When you craft your lesson, you can work this into the narrative. Imagine you're at a stadium for a concert, but the band hasn't started playing yet. The seats are filling. The sound check's done. You're waiting for the opening chord. That's KASPA at $0.09. Then you move into the what's next section. What variables will switch on the lights? Real adoption, smart contract support. Yes, that's coming. Partnerships, miner activity, community growth. You'll talk about the motion behind the scenes too. Network upgrades, community governance, or decentralization of it. How mining rewards are structured, How many miners are running nodes? How many transactions per second a network can support? These are the subtleties that give your audience real insight, not just price, but context. For example, KASPA's website states that the block DAG model enables high block rates while maintaining security and decentralization. KASPA, +1, very crypto-techy, but you'll translate it into simple language for your listeners. It's like adding more lanes to the highway while ensuring no one's secretly building exits for wrong cars. Now picture the market vibe. A coin sitting at $0.08 has two broad moods, hopeful and patient. The hopeful part says, if the network grows, the price could multiply. The patient part says, nothing happens overnight. Keep watching the infrastructure. So when you do your lesson, encourage your listener. Don't just ask, when will price go up? Ask, what must change in the world for this network to justify a higher price? Because that kind of question turns typical crypto chatter into education. You'll also highlight the risk. If adoption stalls, if macro sucks, if sentiment drops, then staying at $0.08 or dipping is not failure. It's consolidation. Like the indie band that played many bars before the stadium. Big aspirations don't mean instant glory. In your audio, you might say, KASPA is doing its reps in the gym while the rest of the league is partying. When the signal finally hits, new smart contract launch, major wallet integration. That's the moment the band hits the stage and the crowds will show up. Remember, for your audience, it's not just about buy KS at $0.08. It's about saying, remember, for your audience, it's not just about buy KS at $0.08. It's about saying, we tracked a network doing something different. It's priced where you can pay attention. It may stay quiet. It may pop. But either way, we are watching the motion. You're giving them the lens, not the guarantee. To bring it home, at $0.09 per coin, KS offers a story of technology, decentralization, alternative architecture, and potential. It doesn't guarantee a rocket ship, but it offers an interesting ride. And in crypto, sometimes the quiet ride surprised the loud rockets. Oh, here's the final word on KASPA at $0.09. It's a coin that doesn't shout for attention. It moves quietly, building, experimenting, and proving its tech one block at a time. The network hums, miners grind, developers code, and the ecosystem grows, all while the price whispers, waiting for the crowd to notice. This is the story of patience meeting potential. You've seen the architecture, understood the motion, and glimpsed the possibilities. The next move? That depends on adoption, community energy, and the tides of the market. But one thing is certain. KASPA is more than just numbers on exchange. It's a narrative of innovation, quiet hustle, and timing, the kind of story you want to watch, not just trade. So the next time someone asks, what's happening with KASPA? You can tell them this. It's the indie star walking into the spotlight, waiting for its cue, making its moves, and reminding the world that sometimes the quietest players leave the biggest mark. Keep watching, keep learning, and maybe, just maybe, be ready when the music hits.